Watching WFOR-TV 4, South Florida.
From the Channel 6 Satellite News Center, this is the 10 o'clock news. With comprehensive South Florida reports, plus news via satellite from across the nation and around the world.
Good evening, I'm Nick Bogert. There are a couple of developments in tonight's news that may help bring about an end to the hostage situation in Tehran.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our special halftime show.
Barbara Sloan, Jim Dyer, Mike Bradley's weather, John Tootsman's sports, and the Ralph Reddick report. This is the 10 o'clock news. Barbara Sloan, Jim Dyer, Mike Bradley's weather, Ed Berliner's sports, and the Ralph Reddick report. This is the 10 o'clock news.
An agreement signed today could bring hundreds of Cubans waiting in third countries to the U.S. That tops the 10 o'clock news.
Barbara Sloan, Jim Dyer, Ed Berliner's sports, Mike Bradley's weather. This is Channel 6 News.
Miami Heat plays ball. That tops Channel 6 News.
Barbara Sloan, Jim Dyer, R.J. Himes weather, John Dutzman sports. This is Channel 6 News.
Parents of U.S. Marines are holding their breath tonight, anxiously awaiting word about an air disaster. That tops Channel 6 News.
You're going to be watching a lot more 6. Now, Barbara Sloan and Giselle Fernandez. Channel 6 Action News.
Just seconds away. We're earning our reputation one story at a time. Now, Barbara Sloan and Giselle Fernandez. Channel 6 Action News.
Hello again. Barbara and Giselle are off tonight. I'm J.D. Roberts. Here's what's happening.
You're going to be watching a lot more 6. Now, Barbara Sloan and J.D. Roberts. Channel 6 Action News.
Outside the headquarters of China's Communist Party and a government paralyzed despite martial law. Good evening. Tonight, China's army is refusing to confront the masses.
You're going to be watching a lot more 6. Now, Channel 6 Action News with Barbara Sloan and J.D. Roberts. We're earning our reputation one story at a time. Now, Channel 6 Action News.
Murder at a Broward rest home. It sounds like something out of an Agatha Christie novel. but it really happened today in plain sight of...
We're earning our reputation one story at a time. Now, Channel 6 Action News.
Murder at a Broward rest home. It sounds like something out of an act.
We're earning our reputation one story at a time. Now, Barbara Sloan and J.D. Roberts, Channel 6 Action News.
Their success on the field leveled more turmoil off. A Miami Dolphin sacked by an accusation of rape. Good evening. Just 3 days ago, he was on top of the world with his Miami Dolphin teammates. Linebacker David Fry shared in a victory streak and hope for the playoffs.
We're earning our reputation one story at a time. Now, John Hambrick and Giselle Fernandez, Channel 6 Action News.
The UN Security Council has passed its 9th resolution condemning Iraq. Late today, it added an air embargo to the blockades already in place. This on the same day Saddam Hussein's message to the American people was delivered to the media.
We're earning our reputation one story at a time. Now, John Hambrick and Giselle Fernandez, Channel 6 Action News.
Easter is celebrated in South Florida and around the world. We'll take you to some of the services and the festivities. President Bush is relaxing in the Florida Keys tonight. We'll have a live report. And the grounded Honduran freighter sitting on Miami Beach is supposed to be a memory tonight. That stuck freighter on South Beach is apparently free at last. Good evening. John Hambrick and Giselle Fernandez have the night off. I'm Beverly Counts Rodriguez.
We're earning our reputation one story at a time. Now, John Hambrick and Giselle Fernandez, Channel 6 Action News.
A Baghdad radio report says Saddam Hussein has ordered his forces out of Kuwait. You say you want Major League Baseball in South Florida? It is almost a certainty you'll get your wish. Our top story on Channel 6 Action News tonight. Good evening. Giselle Fernandez has the night off. I'm John Hambrick. On deck first, baseball's expansion committee has recommended Miami and Denver for the night.
We're earning our reputation one story at a time. Now, John Hambrick and Giselle Fernandez, Channel 6 Action News. We're earning our reputation one story at a time. Now, John Hambrick and Giselle Fernandez, Channel 6 Action News.
Another day of heavy Allied bombing. A warm South Florida welcome for an Air Force officer home from the war, while Iraqi radio issues a worldwide terrorist call to arms. And in response, it seems 3 terrorist caused killings tonight. Good evening, I'm John Hambrick.
And I'm Diana Morgan. Giselle is on special assignment tonight.
Now, 6 Action News, taking action for you.
As the day nears for the changing of the guard in Haiti, exiled President Aristide talks to reporters right here in South Florida. Once again, teens do some illegal shopping. Another smash-and-grab robbery. And a grim prediction over what the closing of the South Florida State Hospital will mean to our area. Our top stories first at 4 on 6 Action News. I'm Diana Morgan.
And I'm Bob Soper.
Now, 6 Action News, taking action to bring you a more balanced view of South Florida.
This is 6 Action News at 11. Good evening. I'm Barbara Sloan.
And I'm Stan Miller. Tonight, the city of Sweetwater should be called Streetwater.
Now, 6 Action News, taking action to bring you a more balanced view of South Florida.
Fact meets fiction in a brand new movie that's stirring strong emotions about the Oklahoma bombing. Why did a dog get a standing ovation? You'll meet South Florida's latest hero and a new improved form of liposuction right here in South Florida. Some of our stories right now on 6 Action News. Good evening, I'm Stan Miller.
And I'm Barbara Sloan. 118 dead, and that number is rising in the bombed-out ruins of the Oklahoma City Federal Building. But tonight there's...
Now, 6 Action News, taking action to bring you a more balanced view of South Florida.
This is 6 Action News at 5:30. I'm Ileana Varela. Well, they are eye-catching, they are controversial.
Now, 6 Action News, taking action to bring you a more balanced view of South Florida.
Good evening, everyone. This is 6 Action News at 11. I'm Barbara Sloan.
And I'm Cambrell Marshall. Judge Lance Ito may rule over the O.J. Simpson trial, but tonight he's answering to an even higher authority.
Now, 6 Action News, taking action for you.
Millions of Americans are traveling tonight. Are safety concerns traveling with them? The verdict is in the federal fraud trial of former SunTrust boss David Paul. 6 Action News has the details. And with all the food on the table tomorrow, how can you keep from feeling stuffed? The final part of our 6 Action News special report, Food Smarts. Our top stories tonight on 6 Action News at 11. I'm Stan Miller.
And I'm Diana Morgan in for Barbara Sloan.
This is News 4 This Morning.
And a very good morning to you. It's 6 o'clock in the morning right now, Wednesday, April the 16th. 74 degrees on the outside, going up to 78. I'm Dave Stanley.
And I'm Jennifer Gould. And so...
Live from WFOR-TV, this is News 4 South Florida.
Happy New Year, everybody. I'm Anita Smith in for Cambrell Marshall. It is the end of an era in South Florida tonight.
Now, live from WFOR-TV, this is News 4 South Florida.
So just how dangerous is...
Live from WFOR-TV, this is News 4 South Florida.
They clawed their way to the top when no one thought they could. Now the Panthers march off to battle. It is do or die time, and the Panthers play on in the Stanley Cup Finals.
You're unbelievable.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Cambrell Marshall.
And I'm Ann Roberts. Happening tonight, the ice wars heat up. Ring true.
Live from WFOR-TV, this is News 4 South Florida.
Good evening, I'm Ken Rosato.
And I'm Jennifer Gould.
Live from WFOR-TV, this is News 4 South Florida.
Fallout from a botched bank robbery, a brazen shootout turns a quiet Los Angeles area neighborhood into a combat zone, and News 4 has the dramatic pictures. Good evening, everyone. I'm Cambrell Marshall. Ann Roberts has the evening off. When the shootout was over, 2 suspects were dead and at least 6 police officers were wounded, and nearly all of it was caught on camera. News 4 anchor Ileana Varela has the top story now from the Satellite Center. Ileana?
Cambrell, before we go to the pictures of war...
Live from WFOR-TV. This is News 4 South Florida.
Good evening, I'm Jennifer Gould.
Live from WFOR-TV, this is News 4 South Florida.
We count on doctors to save our lives, to be there during an emergency. But police say a phony doctor was treating patients at South Beach hotels, putting their lives in danger. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ann Roberts. Cambrell Marshall has the night off.
Be a hero. News 4 at 5:30 starts right now.
Live from WFOR-TV, this is News 4 South Florida.
Good afternoon. I'm Brian Norcross.
And I'm Ileana Varela. Some clever cooks are dialing for your dollar, scamming South Floridians out of thousands.
Gets his first checkup at Metro Zoo. News 4 at 6 starts right now.
Live from WFOR-TV, this is News 4 South Florida.
I just want to thank everyone.
Now, live, this is CBS 4 News at noon.
Lawyers head into federal court prepared to battle over the recount. While
Now, live, this is CBS 4 News first at 5.
South Florida wakes up to the coldest temperatures so far this season.
We were down in the mid-40s this morning, which is a big chill by South Florida standards.
You're watching CBS 4 News with Angela Ray, Steve Wolford, meteorologist Brian Norcross, and Jim Berry Sports.
I'm Steve Wolford, CBS 4 News at 5, right here, right now.
Now, live, this is CBS 4 News First at 5.
Tonight, we know more about the medical condition star Miami Heat player Alonzo Mourning is facing. Next.
You're watching CBS 4 News with Maggie Rodriguez, Steve Wolford, Jim Berry Sports, meteorologist Bob Soper, and storm specialist Brian Norcross. Now, live, this is CBS 4 News at 5:30.
First at 5:30, a trail of truckers line Biscayne Boulevard, causing a lot straight ahead.
You're watching CBS 4 News with Jennifer Gould, Elliot Rodriguez, and meteorologist Dave Rexroth.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Maggie Rodriguez.
And I'm Elliot Rodriguez. And for Steve Wolford tonight, CBS 4 News at 6 starts right now.
Now, live, this is CBS 4 News at 6.
First at 6, dozens of South Florida residents are outraged after police tell them their homes are too dangerous to live in.
Good evening. I'm Angela Ray.
I'm Steve Wolford, CBS 4 News at 6, right here, right now.
Now, live, this is CBS 4 News at 6.
First at 6, flames burning up the Everglades, causing enough smoke to prompt officials to issue a health alert. That fire was brought under control just a few minutes ago.
This line of fire is charring thousands of acres just north of the Broward County line, west of US 27.
CBS 4 News at 6:30 begins right now.
Now, live, this is CBS 4 News at 6:30.
First at 6:30, 2 children are dead tonight after being struck by a train. The youngest victim, just 11 years old. It is a tragedy at any time, but on this day, Father's Day, it seems even worse.
Now, live, this is CBS 4 News at 11.
First at 11, a deadly drive to work for a young man when his car plunges into a lake, and a mysterious 911 caller who witnessed the crash then disappears. The victim in that crash only 23 years old.
And police say he might still be alive if the person who called 911 had waited to do was look up.
Get up before they're gone. We're going to tell you when and where you can get Dolphin playoff tickets.
Good evening, South Florida. I'm Joy Purdy.
And I'm Elliot Rodriguez. CBS 4 News Tonight starts right now.
Now, live, this is CBS 4 News at 11.
First at 11, a holiday tragedy. A man dives into a South Florida lake.
Tomorrow, I'll stop mumbling about the temperatures and tell you about the forecast coming up next.
You're watching CBS 4 News with Ileana Varela, Ken Rosado, Kim Bokamper Sports, and meteorologist Dave Rexroth. Now, live, this is CBS 4 News This Morning.
And good morning, everyone. I'm Jason Wheeler.
And I'm Susan Barnett. Here's a look at what's making news this morning.
Now, live, this is CBS 4 News at noon.
President Bush gives Saddam Hussein 48 hours to get out of Iraq, but today the Iraqi leader says he's not going anywhere. The Iraqi dictator has rejected the president's ultimatum, putting America on the brink of war.
Now, live, this is CBS 4 News at noon.
Good afternoon, everyone. We begin with breaking news out of Israel.
A bomb has just exploded near Tel Aviv. Gary Nelson is live in the newsroom with the latest for us. Gary.
Well, Ken and Alita, indeed, word just coming in a few minutes ago from Israel of another bombing there. The word.
Now, live, this is CBS 4 News at noon.
Our top story this noon, a story you saw first on CBS 4. A South Florida high school softball coach under arrest and charged with sexual assault.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Maggie Rodriguez.
And I'm Elliot Rodriguez. And for Steve Wolford, CBS 4 News at 5 starts right now.
Now, live. This is CBS 4 News First at 5.
Developing at 5 o'clock, flames ripped through a California apartment building after a massive explosion. The blast comes after terrorism threats involving apartment buildings.
4 News at 5:30 with Elliot Rodriguez and Danielle Knox starts right now.
Now, live. This is CBS 4 News at 5:30.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Maggie Rodriguez.
And I'm Elliot Rodriguez. CBS 4 News at 5 starts right now.
Now, live. This is CBS 4 News First at 5.
The search for answers is just beginning tonight after a plane takes a deadly plunge off the Bahamas. Investigators still have no idea why that plane crashed at sea, killing 2 people, including a toddler.
Now, live. This is CBS 4 News at 5:30.
First at 5:30 tonight, Hurricane Francis still strengthening and now moving faster through the Atlantic.
Some residents are now taking precautions, getting ready for the Category 4 storm. All of South Florida is watching and waiting to see where Hurricane
Now, live. This is CBS 4 News at 6.
First at 6 tonight, dreary, damp, and cool. It is one lousy combination for our South Florida weather.
Here's a live picture right now. This is in Miami near 79th Street as drivers try to navigate through the soaked streets on their way home from work. It's been a chilly and wet Wednesday all across South Florida.
But there is some good news finally tonight in the forecast. Bob Soper is in weather control with details. Bob?
Now, live. This is CBS 4 News at 6:30.
And first tonight at 6:30, live pictures as Mother Nature unleashes heavy downpours, making for a soggy Sunday across South Florida.
Good evening. Our Baron is off tonight. I'm Leanna Varela, and CBS 4 News at 6:30 starts right now.
Now, live. This is CBS 4 News at 6:30.
First at 6:30, tragedy on the interstate. A bridge collapses, sending more than a dozen cars into the water with people trapped inside.
Now, live. This is CBS 4 News at 11.
First at 11 tonight, tens of thousands of revelers are jamming on Miami Beach alongside hundreds of police officers determined to make sure history does not repeat itself.
Now, live. This is a special edition of CBS 4 News, America at War.
Now, live. This is CBS 4 News this morning.
Can I say it again?
Do it.
5 a.m., which is not the good part, but
Right.
the Friday part is the good part.
It is. He's at warp speed. I am reading like this.
Now, live. This is CBS 4 News this morning.
6 o'clock on the dot. It's Thursday, February 1st. First day of February already. Good to be with you this morning. I'm Danielle Knox.
And I'm George Estevez. Let's head right to Pamela Wright and find...
Now, live. This is CBS 4 News this morning.
It is 6 o'clock on the dot. It's also Thursday, January 25th, better known around here as Pre-Friday. I'm Danielle Knox.
Yes, pretty...
Now, live. This is CBS 4 News at noon.
And first at noon, finally, the chill is leaving the air, and it's perfect for heading outside. This is why we live in South Florida, these comfortable winter temperatures.
And now that the warm-up is underway, does that mean all that cold is in the past?
Elliot Rodriguez, CBS 4 News at 5 starts right now.
Now, live. This is CBS 4 News First at 5.
And right off the top of your weather station, hope you had your umbrella with you today as parts of the area got soaked.
But as we take...
Now, live. This is CBS 4 News First at 5.
And first at 5 from your Super Bowl station, you're looking live right now from world-famous Ocean Drive.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Maggie Rodriguez.
I'm Rob Hanrahan. CBS 4 News at 5 starts right now.
Now, live. This is CBS 4 News First at 5.
Straight off the top at 5, we've got big weather news. First, running from the rain as storms soak South Florida once again.
This is a live look over the Miami-Dade Broward County line showing that the bad weather just will not let up.
News at 5.
CBS 4 News at 6 starts right now.
Now, live. This is CBS 4 News at 6.
We begin tonight with a live look outside on a fantastic Friday evening as South Florida gets ready for a holiday weekend cool down. It's been rainy the last couple of days.
Now, live. This is CBS 4 News at 5:30.
Now, residents are forced out in the middle of the night after flames rip through a condo. It's amazing. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. Tonight, the damage and questions after this fiery wake-up call.
You saw this story breaking right here first on CBS 4. Tonight, a candle is being blamed for the entire thing.
But
Now, live. This is CBS 4 News at 6.
drenching downpours make for some slick roads across South Florida today as the work week begins the same way the weekend ended, all wet.
Now, live. This is CBS 4 News at 11.
We're live at Dolphin Stadium on a soggy Super Bowl night. Good evening, South Florida. It was a soaker. The rain here went from a minor inconvenience during the day.
Now, live. This is CBS 4 News at 11.
First at 11, a sight we don't often see in South Florida. People.
Now, live. This is CBS 4 News at 11.
Right now at 11.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News. Now live, this is a special edition of CBS 4 News, tracking Tropical Storm Rita.
And welcome back to our extended coverage of Tropical Storm Rita. This is a live picture here from Haulover Beach, where the wind has really started to pick up in the last hour.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
It is 5 a.m. on Monday, January 19th, MLK Day. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Jim Barry.
And I'm Cynthia Demas. Lisette Gonzalez is here now with our first forecast. I hope it's a good one because we got a lot of events going on around town today.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
Well, it's 5 a.m. on Friday, November 21st. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Jim Barry.
And I'm Cynthia Demas.
That was Lisette Gonzalez in the background.
She's woohooing because she loves Fridays.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
Time now is 6:01 on Monday, January 19th, MLK Day. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Jim Barry.
And I'm Cynthia Demas. Lisette.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
Foods, it really foods. You know, I can't get my son again.
Yeah, good meal. Thank you for joining us. I'm Shannon Horry.
And I'm Antonio Mora. CBS 4 News at 5 starts right now.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
We begin with big news tonight for your money, ending on a high note. A big bounce for stocks on Wall Street. Stocks soar nearly 500 points.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
Tonight, living in the moment.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
Right now at 5:30, online for Obama, how the youth vote and the internet helped put him over the top. Good evening, everyone. I'm Elliot Rodriguez.
And I'm Erica Von Teal. It took voters
from Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys. This is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
Because of what we did on this day, in this election.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
We begin with breaking news right now at 5. Just minutes ago, a nearly 5-hour search for a missing Alzheimer's patient and her grandchild came to an end.
You're watching CBS 4 News at 5 with Shannon Horry, Antonio Mora, Chief Meteorologist David Bernard,
hurricane expert Brian Norcross, and Jim Berry with sports. From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
Good evening. The eyes of the nation turn to South Florida. The polls open in just over 12 hours, but already the hoopla is well underway.
The Republican candidates are...
Good evening. I'm Ileana Borella. CBS 4 News at 6 starts right now.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
First at 6, students at the University of Miami are keeping their eyes peeled as they head out this weekend. Someone jogging near the UM campus was robbed at knife point last night.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News. You're watching CBS 4 News at 11 with Shannon Horry, Antonio Mora, Chief Meteorologist David Bernard, and Kim Camper with sports.
Now at 11, fierce flame.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
Another bitter blast of cold weather for us. Right now, parts of South Florida are under a frost advisory, but a big change is on the way.
The freezing weather has been widespread and has a lot of you waking up to this ice and frost.
Good evening, I'm Natalia Zaya. CBS 4 News Tonight starts right now.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
Freezing South Florida. The bitter blast that's battered us continues. And
Thank you for joining us. I'm Shannon Horry.
And I'm Antonio Mora. CBS 4 News at 5 in HD starts right now.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
Right now at 5, a dreary and windy day across South Florida is now.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
I was sad, and I don't know.
Next on CBS 4 News at 6:30, a 14-year-old girl killed in a car crash with a BSO deputy. Her friends remember her tonight as we dig up what could have caused the accident.
Then a memorial on wheels, lots of wheels. More than 1,000 cyclists ride in honor of a man killed in a hit-and-run crash. We'll have the latest in a CBS 4 I-Team investigation.
And Sam's Club cuts, why thousands of job cuts could mean more free samples for you. Good evening. I'm Shannon Horry.
And I'm Antonio Mora. The CBS 4 News at 6:30, now in high definition, starts right now.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
We begin tonight with the death of that 14-year-old girl killed in a crash with a Broward Sheriff's deputy.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
Right now at 6 o'clock, a live look at Sun Life Stadium where the big game is just about 24 hours away.
Good evening. I'm Antonio Mora.
And I'm Shannon Horry. CBS 4 News Tonight in high definition starts right now.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
4 men opened fire in Liberty City courtyard tonight. A teenage girl was killed. 3 others are in the hospital.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
And a good Monday morning to you. It is right before 5 a.m. on this Monday, August 15th. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jawan Strick.
And I'm Natalia Zaya. Maribel Rodriguez is off today.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
First at noon, the hunt is on to find this man. Police say he sexually assaulted a young boy at a Metro rail station. Now, this is a story that is breaking right now.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
The one regret I'll have as I leave this game and leave this locker room for the last time is that I didn't win the championship. They'll get it fixed. They're going to win. Unfortunately, I won't be here to do it with them.
Miami Dolphins linebacker Jason Taylor gets emotional as he says goodbye to the Miami Dolphins and his career as an NFL player. Taylor finished with arguably one of the best playing careers in Dolphins history.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is CBS 4 This Morning.
It is 5 a.m. Good morning to all of you. It is Monday, of course. Hopefully you had a nice weekend, October 28th. I'm Maria Nanelli.
And I'm Summer Knowles. Happy Monday to you. We've got
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
First at noon, deadly discovery. A car fire turns into a crime scene after the remains of at least one person are found inside a burned-out car. Firefighters responded at 3 in the morning to a car fire in Hialeah. After they put it out, they discovered the remains.
Location of this spot in just a moment. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Cynthia Demas.
And I'm Ray Fulbaum. The CBS 4 News at 5 and HD starts right now.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
Now at 5, bitter blast, the Mid-Atlantic and the Northeast shoveling out from up to a foot of snow today. The storm already blamed for 18 deaths and for knocking out power to...
This is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
Right now at 6, tens of thousands of electronic music fans pour into downtown Miami.
And this is one of the biggest music events in the world, not only here in Miami.
This is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
And we begin with breaking news on the historic change in relations between the U.S. and Cuba.
This is CBS 4 News This Morning.
Good morning. We're live on air and always streaming on CBS News Miami with the CBS News app. It is 4:30 on your Monday, October 3rd. Good morning. I'm Terry Hornstein.
And I'm Maribel Rodriguez. Happening right now, many residents on Florida's West Coast.
This is CBS 4 News This Morning.
5 o'clock on Monday, September 30th. Good morning. I'm Carly Barnett in for Lauren Pastrana today.
And I'm Maribel Rodriguez. Hopefully you had a great weekend. Thanks for joining us.
This is CBS 4 News This Morning.
Good morning, South Florida. 6 o'clock on Monday, September 30th. I'm Carly Barnett in for Lauren Pastrana.
And I'm Maribel Rodriguez. Thank you so much for making us a part of your morning. It was a pretty nice weekend. Can't complain, right?
We had a beautiful weekend,
but
now
coming our way.
This is CBS 4 News This Morning.
Good morning, South Florida. Again, it is 9 a.m. Monday, September 12th. I'm Maribel Rodriguez.
And I'm Nicole Lauren.
This is CBS 4 News at noon.
First at noon, tied up and terrorized, home invaders targeted a family in Hallandale Beach. All 3 people in the home were victimized. Police are still searching for the thieves who got away with money and an iPhone. CBS 4 News at 6 starts right now.
This is CBS 4 News at 6.
We begin with breaking news at the top at 6 o'clock. FIU President Mark Rosenberg has a...
Next.
This is CBS 4 News at 7.
It's an investigation into the handling of classified documents. Former President Donald Trump says...
This is CBS 4 News Tonight. Nicholas Cruz. After the massacre.
What does the voice say to you? What does it tell you to do?
Burn, kill, destroy.
Okay, burn, kill, destroy what?
Anything.
Tonight, the interrogation of the confessed Parkland school shooter.
It is very difficult to watch, and today the state attorney's office released most of the 12 hours of that interrogation video.
In it, Cruz sobs and speaks with his brother, and when left alone, he slaps and punches himself.
Female boss. I'm Jim Barry along with Mike Cunyo, Sports Desk, coming your way next.
It's time for the Honda Sports Desk, sponsored by your South Florida Honda dealers.
I got to tell you, if the Dolphins were a song, they'd be cracking the top 10 on the Billboard charts about now.
This is CBS News Miami Morning Edition.
All right, we're live on air, always streaming on CBS News Miami with the CBS News app. We're at 4:30 on Thursday, March 16th. Good morning to you. I'm Keith Jones.
And I'm Nicole Lauren. A major global bank runs into crisis. So what does it mean for the average person? We're going to speak to an expert about what you should and shouldn't worry about. Secretary on Capitol Hill. And let's take a live look outside. What a beautiful start to our Thursday and a pretty cool day across South Florida. Your next weather forecast is coming up.
This is CBS News Miami Morning Edition.
Good morning, South Florida. It's 9 o'clock on this Thursday, March 16th. I'm Nicole Lauren in for Maribel, and a light sweater may be needed as you're headed out the door this morning, but things will start to warm up just again in time for the weekend. Next weather meteorologist Esther Gonzalez joins us. Good morning. I have to say, I loved the weather this morning. I really did.
Yeah, it's beautiful start to the day.
This is CBS News Miami.
We begin with breaking news out of Kendall. This is Chopper 4 live over Kendall Drive right now in Southwest 107th Avenue, a very, very busy intersection. Miami-Dade police tell us they are investigating reports of a man who walked into that building there in the corner with a gun. You can see dozens of police cars there on the scene. Good evening, and thank you for joining us on all of our CBS News Miami platforms. I'm Lauren Pastrana.
And I'm Elliot Rodriguez. CBS News Miami starts right now.
This is CBS News Miami.
Well, if you wanted a cool down, it is here, but yeah, you got to pay for it with some clouds and rain. You can see all the activity on our next weather radar network. Let's find out just how long the rain will stay with us.
And some raindrops on the camera, too. Next weather, Chief Meteorologist Ivan Cabrera joins us. That does it for the news at 5.
CBS News Miami at 5:30 starts now.
This is CBS News Miami.
All right, we start with the live look outside, and boy, it is definitely cooler, and we are finally getting some rain here in South Florida. Good evening, everybody. I'm Jim Barry.
And I'm Naja Sherman. Thank you for joining us.
With us after being exonerated and released following 34 years in prison.
And turning 102, reason enough for a celebration. How the city of Hollywood honored a World War II veteran as he marked a milestone. CBS 4 News at 6 starts right now.
This is CBS News Miami.
Tonight at 6, we begin with a look at Next Radar Network, a cool but dreary day across South Florida.
And taking a live look at a wet downtown Miami. The big question now, how long will the rain stay with us, and can we hang on to those cooler temperatures just a bit longer?
Good evening. I'm Elliot Rodriguez.
And I'm Lauren Pastrana. Next Weather is our commitment to keep you updated on what's next.
Locals and tourists on edge after last weekend's deadly spring break shootings. Could a safe perimeter be an answer?
A lawsuit filed against a famous rapper in the case of a mass shooting in Miami Gardens. We hear from a mother desperate for answers and justice.
Spring warm-up continues with temperatures near 90 degrees by this weekend. I'm also tracking the potential for a few showers. The latest coming up next.
This is CBS News Miami.
Tonight, no plans to reinstate a curfew in South Beach, and now both locals and tourists are worried for their safety. That's after last weekend's deadly spring break shootings. Thank you for joining us. I'm Lauren Pastrana.
And I'm Elliot Rodriguez. The city's vice mayor is proposing a possible solution to the violence. He wants a secure perimeter set up during select weekends near Ocean Drive.
This is CBS News Miami.
To people suffering from depression, I'm Joan Murray in Miami. I'll have that story straight ahead.
This is CBS News Miami.
You may need a wardrobe change for tomorrow morning. A chilly start for March across South Florida.
And while sunshine returns tomorrow, we may be dealing with the rain this weekend. Next Weather Chief Meteorologist Ivan Cabrera joins us now with what we need to know.
Yeah, we don't like that last part, but we've been talking about it. You know, it is coming for the weekend, but we'll time it out for you so you can plan and not get caught in the rain. And we'll time that out for you. Next Radar Network right now is done. We are clearing out.
This is CBS WCIX Channel 6, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.